I think your audience needs to know something because I don't talk about it a lot. Um, every single second, every word I say, and every conservative is saying on airways, but it seems like Fox, talk radio, podcasts like yours, trust me, you are going to experience a lot of this as your popularity is growing by leaps and bounds. You already got
I get my share.
you get
Yeah.
your share, and I've seen it. And what people don't know is literally millions and millions of dollars are being spent to record every single word we say.
I'm Dave Rubin, and this is the Rubin Report. Quick reminder, everyone, to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click that pesky notification bell so that you see our videos. And joining me today is the host of Hannity on Fox News, as well as the host of the Sean Hannity radio show and author of the new book, Live Free or Die, America and the World on the Brink. Sean Hannity, finally, welcome to the Rubin Report.
No, well, thank you for having me. Thank you also because you have been an incredible addition to the TV show. We got to get you on radio more. We have a regular ensemble cast. You're now a part of that. Our audience loves you. The feedback's phenomenal. I know how popular this podcast is. You are outspoken, iconoclastic, a free thinker. Independent, believe in freedom and liberty and free speech, and you're not part of the cancel culture and boycott and shut everybody down that you disagree with. And frankly, isn't it crazy that we conservatives are those guys that we're the ones? No, I don't want to cancel anybody, boycott anybody, or get anyone fired. Let people decide. Let people have freedom of choice.
Yeah, well, I suppose I could just let you go and say nice things about me, but I'll
Okay, I'll
start
keep
with
going.
that because I got the book yesterday. I read about half of it so far, but I want to start with exactly what you just said there because you said it to me on air a couple weeks ago, and I thought it made a really good point that you get boycotted all the time. You know, Media Matters and the rest of these guys, they're constantly coming after you, trying to take you out, take out your sponsors, et cetera, et cetera. But you personally never call for a boycott for any of the guys that are doing far worse stuff, in my opinion, than you're doing. Could you just talk a little bit about what it's like to just be in that machine all the time, just be in that atmosphere of boycotts and the rest of it all the time?
I think your audience needs to know something because I don't talk about it a lot. Every single second, every word I say, and every conservative is saying on airways, but it seems like Fox, talk radio, podcasts like yours, trust me, you are going to experience a lot of this as your popularity is growing by leaps and bounds. You already got
I get my share.
you get your share, and I've seen it. And what people don't know is literally millions and millions of dollars are being spent to record every single word we say in the hopes that we say one word, one phrase, one sentence, one paragraph that either they don't like or they'll take out of context or they'll clip so that they could either boycott us to make us financially not viable, which, you know, there is a business aspect to being on the air. It's not cheap to be on the air, whether it's a podcast, a radio show, or a TV show, because they want to silence you. I can give you my track record going back to the time that Bill Maher. Now, I'll be very frank. I hate Bill Maher. I don't like his show. I think it's gotten worse. I think he's radical, extreme. I disagree with pretty much everything that's come out of his mouth. I've had him on as a guest a number of times. But I do respect his iconoclastic style. I do respect that he'll say things that he knows will upset people. But it was people like myself, when ABC was canceling Politically Incorrect, that said, no, don't cancel this. Literally standing up for him. Now, we'll never get credit for that. I've never had or witnessed liberals or liberal groups. Now, they say they're for free speech. They're pro-choice, but they're not. Because every time there is any effort to boycott any conservative voice, libertarian voice, or any voice they just don't like, it's always, okay, we got to get them fired, get them canceled, boycott them so they're not viable anymore. And then ultimately what the goal is to get their voice off the air. Every single prominent conservative, this is not a small effort. We are talking about tens and tens of millions of dollars to do this. And it's done, it's an intimidation tactic. And it's funny because I could tell you, I give you a long list of people that, for example, I had a huge Twitter feud with Jimmy Kimmel that went on for a while. Mm-hmm. And I went at him hard. And I reminded him of all the stupid things that he said. It all started because he was making fun of Melania Trump's accent when she was reading books to children. I'm like, are we really going to pick on women? And then I brought up all the old videos of him, as Karl Malone, right?
Face, yeah.
Putting like cucumbers in his pants and approaching women from old shows he did. And then I would always hashtag Disney because I always knew Disney had no appetite for controversy, not to get him fired, but to send a message, if you're going to be a jackass, I can be a jackass back. Now, when he really came under fire recently and apologized for that older skit as it relates to Karl Malone, like Jimmy Fallon did a year earlier, not once did I even comment on it. I stayed out of it. I had my fight with him. I'm not a boycotter. I'm not a canceller. I actually believe that people should have the freedom of choice. People have to choose to listen to my radio show, watch my TV show, and sign up for your podcast, which is enormously popular. It's one of the most popular podcasts out there now, and all credit to you, but you're a target too. Why is it the left doesn't stand up for freedom and liberty and free thought and expression and the free open exchange of ideas? I'll say this too. They act like they're so outraged. Donald Trump outrages them. They wake up, Donald Trump says this or that. They're outraged. It is selective, feigned moral outrage. It's not real. It is phony. It is selective because they want to act all outraged. They're not that outraged. If you're that offended by what you're hearing on the radio or watching on TV or choosing to watch on a podcast, if you don't like it, turn the dial. Now, I don't want people turning the dial. I want to build my audience. But I'm not going to compromise who I am, what I want to say, or the values I stand for, because they're going to try to intimidate me and silence my voice. I'm not going to allow it. I am going to fight till my dying breath, but I'll also fight for their right to do and say what they want to say. They've lied. The media in general, 99% of them have been lying to the American people from the day that Donald Trump and Melania Trump came down that escalator at Trump Tower.
If you're looking for more honest and thoughtful conversations about the media instead of nonstop yelling, check out our media playlist. And if you want to watch full interviews on a variety of topics, check out the full episode playlist. They're both right over here. And to get notified of all future videos, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell.